The story of this movie starts in that way everyone already knows is going to end badly. A married woman decides to cheat on her husband. Yep, right from the beginning, we can feel the bomb is about to explode. She's all nervous, looking around like she's in some kind of spy movie, rings the doorbell of an apartment, and who opens the door? Of course, not her husband. She walks in, all mysterious, and the tension is already building up. Meanwhile, the poor husband is at the library. That's right. While she's stirring up trouble, he's just quietly sitting there, buried in a book he can't even afford. The librarian even teases him. "You're really going to read all that here?" Since he's broke, he ends up reading the book outside. Later, he goes to pick up their daughter. The babysitter reminds him about the bottle, but he says he'll take care of it at home. And that's when the drama really begins. The bottle is full of ants. The guy is furious, and rightfully so. His wife is always out, busy with work, while everything falls on him. Meanwhile, the wife is with her lover, posing for pictures like it's some cheap fashion shoot. The guy even prints the photos and makes a scrapbook of the affair. She finds a note hidden in the album with an old ring and is surprised. "Wow, you loved me that much?" And he, with that lost puppy look, basically confirms it. The husband, trying to be a nice guy, gives a spare apartment key to a neighbor he met in the elevator. Meanwhile, he stays home with the daughter, waiting for his wife. When she finally comes back, he asks the classic, "Where were you?" and obviously gets the standard answer. Working, had a drink, stayed late. The same old excuse. The poor guy, unemployed, spends his days looking for jobs, fixing his worn-out shoes, and reading at the library. While he's stretching every dollar, she's out splurging on new clothes and dining with the lover. The routine just gets heavier. He cooks, cleans, sells secondhand stuff, takes care of the baby while she struts around in high heels. To make things worse, every time the phone rings, no one answers. It's the lover calling in secret. The relationship turns humiliating. She tells him he's a useless guy who only reads secondhand books. He tries to argue, but she throws down the ultimatum. Get a job or it's over. The wife even introduces her lover at the school where she works, pretending he's a web designer they hired. But then the husband shows up at the same place, meets the guy, and even invites him to lunch. The lover bails with a lame excuse, but now the husband is suspicious. He notices her shoes and starts wondering, why would she take her shoes off at work? The paranoia grows until he finally discovers the truth. The key he found in his wife's car opens the lover's apartment. Inside, he finds clothes, the photo album, and even pictures of himself with his daughter. It's the full cheating package. When he comes back home, his wife is eating casually while he's falling apart inside. He asks if she's happy with him, and she just changes the subject like nothing happened. Honestly, if this wasn't a drama, it would be a tragic comedy. Me? I would have walked away right then and there, but not him. He holds it all in. Things get even crazier. She hides pictures, he plants fake clues, and the whole thing turns into a psychological thriller. The director clearly wanted to show how a family routine could become the stage for suspense. And guess what? It worked so well, the movie is still referenced today in analyses about destructive love. Back to the plot. The husband hits his breaking point when he finds the baby sick from another bottle full of ants. Yes, again. He rushes her to the hospital while his wife is at a cafe with the lover. When the baby finally gets better, he sees his wife walking into a building with the other man. That's when he decides to go full true crime. He takes the lover's hair, grabs a knife, and sets up everything to frame him. He attacks his wife at home, leaves false evidence, and creates the perfect crime scene. The lover falls straight into the trap and gets arrested with all the evidence pointing at him. The ending is one of those where you're both shocked and laughing nervously. The husband, who seemed like just the victim all along, turns out to be the mastermind. He burns the photos, flushes the ring, and decides to live only with his daughter. I would never give a baby a bottle full of ants, obviously, but maybe I would have walked away from that relationship way earlier before it turned into a crime story. And honestly, he could have used all that patience and love of books to do something better. The guy had the potential to be the king of book clubs, not the calculating criminal. One interesting point is how the film shows his transformation from passive victim to the one pulling all the strings, a heavy but brilliant character arc. So, what do you think? Was the husband in our story a smart avenger or just a broken man who never managed to walk away? Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and don't forget to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates. Hope you all have an amazing day. See you next time.